This is CPM Precalculus Chapter 1, number 122. For what values of x is the square root of 3 minus x a real number? Okay, so what do we know about the square root of something? We know the square root of whatever's in here, right? That inside has to be what? Has to be greater or equal to 0. Right? Because once it becomes negative, so it has to be not negative, right? Once it's negative, we get imaginary, and we want real only, and that means no imaginary. So all we need to do is say the inside, which is 3 minus x, right? The inside, the square root, has to be greater than or equal to 0. And then let's just solve this inequality for x. So we can subtract 3 from both sides. We get negative x is greater than or equal to negative 3. Divide by negative 1 or multiply by negative 1. When we do that, we have x on the left, and remember we have to switch this direction when we multiply or divide by a negative. So that makes this greater than or equal to a less than or equal to. Negative 3 divided by negative 1 is positive 3. Okay? So this is one way of saying which values of x can be like to make this expression a real number. How else can we write that? Well, we know that we could also write it as a number line, right? Where this is 3 and we want less than or equal to 3, so we bubble in 3, go to the left, and go on forever, right? And then we can even put our brace like this, or we can write it as negative infinity. I'm just following this, 2, 3, and stop there using a bracket because we're including 3. So these are all 3 different ways using inequality notation, our number line, or our interval notation. Okay, so this ends CPM Precalculus Chapter 1, number 122.